Well, I was born in Bremerton, Washington, and was born to a military family. So immediately went to Japan and started my life in Japan. My father was still in the military, so we moved quite a bit, but ended up in Los Angeles. Went to San Diego State, and after I graduated, studied to be a teacher, actually. My husband actually got out of the Navy and was a coach at San Diego State, swimming and water polo coach. As a result, one of the parents at the club said, "Gosh, you don't want to be a coach your whole career, do you?" And he said, "Well, I kind of like it." So, well, there's this program at Pacific Telesis for management development. So he came home that night and said, "Hey, does this sound interesting to you?" I said, "It does." I took the test. That's how I got into telecom. So actually, I started at Pacific Bell, went to Pactel, went back to Pacific Bell, and ran a business unit at Pacific Bell for about a year. An opportunity presented itself to run a joint venture between AT&T and what eventually became AirTouch. And so I actually became the president and CEO of a joint venture that was headquartered in San Francisco. And so I ran that for 5 years, probably one of the best jobs I've ever had. You had two owners, AirTouch and AT&T, who were competitors with each other in contiguous markets. So there was a lot of freedom as a result of the fact that there were legal issues, as you can imagine. So it was pretty challenging, but actually probably one of the best times I've had. I got to try things there that you couldn't do in a bigger organization. You got to develop your own culture. I still hear from people today saying that was the best experience of their whole career. So I feel pretty good about that. Obviously, technology changes all the time, and Pactel was a proponent of a technology called CDMA. I was very involved with CTIA, co-chaired the technology committee with another colleague in the industry, John Stepka from Southwestern Bell. And so I represented the CDMA contingent, and he represented the TDMA contingent. And we worked with the carriers to really standardize what we believe to be a superior technology. And so I was at Pactel through that development period, and just prior to my return to Pacific Bell, the industry really accepted the standardization of that technology. So it was really an interesting time and challenging, but you felt very accomplished when that was actually done. So FirstNet, I was actually at the San Francisco airport and got a call from Sam Ginn. And I hadn't talked to Sam for a number of years, and he said, "Gee, I'm getting involved in really an interesting project. Maybe you'd be interested." And so I said, it'd be nice to take all of my years of experience and do something really productive like that and good for the country. And I've been involved in it for 3 years. It's obviously very important for our country, but it's a very challenging assignment because just building a nationwide network, as you know, has been done by a number of companies, but existing within the federal government and abiding by all the federal government rules and regulations makes getting things done efficiently and quickly very, very difficult. So the fact that we've done as well as we have in the 3 years, I think is a real tribute to the team that we put together to make that happen. It's very important for our country. I probably was destined to be in wireless, and I tell people it was really swimming, which was a big part of my life. I started swimming competitively when I was 12. The very fact that somebody in swimming kind of connected me, I think it says it was fate, and I was intended to happen. I really saw wireless as obviously a replacement for the landline connection and really providing much more flexibility for people in their life. And I saw the mobile world really changing the way people lived and actually were able to balance their work life and their personal life. If we use mobility right, it can actually enhance the experiences we have as individuals and as groups of people. I think the thing that I really appreciate about my career are the terrific people that I've gotten to know. I've met some pretty interesting and terrific people, and I've learned from every single one of them. So it's been a terrific career, and the good news is I wouldn't change it for anything. I would do it all over again.